you want to know how to be in a club. What club? You know what club. That's why you came to this video. The club of people who know how to tell the difference between a Calvus cichlid and a Compressiceps cichlid. Not many people know. Most people think they know, but they don't know. You about to know. You know? Aquafunk gonna get you right.
Can you dig it?
Why so serious?
What is up, all you stone cold, stank, nasty, funky monkeys, King Kongs of aquariums, Calvus and Compressiceps cichlids. By far, one of the most noticeable, recognizable fish in the hobby. Even if you don't know what they are, you've seen them and you've thought to yourself,
That's a cool damn fish.
and you'd be right. Their body shape is unlike any other body shape in the tropical fish community world. Personally, body shape is one of the main things that drives me as far as what fish to get. My favorite fish in the whole world is angels, right? They have the most recognizable body shape. Discus have a very recognizable body. Like if you only saw the silhouette of the fish, you would know exactly what type of fish it is. Silver arowanas, and the Altolamprologus. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but hey, I gave it a shot, and y'all know if you follow me, I suck at saying Latin names. The Calvus and Compressiceps, there is two. A lot of people at first glance, looking at photos through the internet and the Google web, might think that they're the same fish, but there's actually two different fish. One is the Calvus and one is the Compressiceps, and there is a difference. It's a very subtle difference. It's a very slight difference. I personally like hearing people talk about,
Oh no, that's this, that's that.
whatever. As juveniles, these fish are almost you can't tell the difference is what I'm trying to say. Fun fact, most pet stores don't know what fish they're selling. They get fish from their supplier don't know, they get them mixed up. It's common, and it's, to be honest with you, it's not something that I would complain about to the fish store manager. I ain't gonna go all Karen on them. Until they watch this video, they're gonna be making the same mistakes that everybody else is, but you're gonna know. Check it out. As juveniles, both the Calvus and the Compressiceps damn near look identical. There's no real difference in their colors because they all have the same kind of brownish, whitish, striped body and markings. Either one. Even I don't even care if you get a black Calvus or Compressiceps. When it comes in, it's gonna come in whitish, and it's gonna have the, so coloration is not a factor when determining if a fish is a Calvus or a Compressiceps. Fin length. This is a myth. Compressiceps do not have longer fins than Calvuses, and Calvuses do not have longer fins than Compressiceps. At one point, this was one way people tried to judge, but you can't do that because you don't know what these fish have gone through as far as fin damage on the way to your aquarium or to the pet store. Not to mention, what about that just one-off fish or very healthy fish that happens to grow fins a little bit faster than the other, regardless of whether it be a Calvus and Compressiceps? So that's like saying,
Oh, I know that dude is a dude and that girl's a girl because how long their nails are.
it's 2024. All bets are off, baby. Size-wise, they both grow the same at about 5. If you got a 5-inch Compressiceps or Calvus, you have a very impressively large Calvus or Compressiceps. That's what she said. I did a that's what she said joke on the video. I've always wanted to do that. I could mark that off my bucket list. In the real world, a decent sized male is about 4.5 inches, give or take half an inch, and a female about 3.5 inches, give or take half an inch. That was a perfect opportunity for it. That's what she said joke, but I figure 2 that's what she said jokes in one video is just too many. As juveniles, their face look identical. It isn't until about 2.5 inches, which could take quite some time because they are slow growers, that any type of characteristics can be shown.
All right, that's enough with all the foreplay. Let's get into what is exactly the defining features of a Calvus and Compressiceps. How can I tell the difference when nobody else tells the difference? I want to know. I want to know something that other people don't know. Aquafunk, stop playing with me and tell me.
Okay. The Altolamprologus, alpha locus. No, that's not what that's called. The Altolamprologus calvus is, let's say, it's longer. Okay, it's and you, like I said, even if you don't have the opposite, the Calvus and if they weren't side by side, it's hard to tell the difference from memory. But the Calvus is a longer fish, and it's not as tall from the dorsal, not the dorsal fin, the back to the belly. It's a longer fish. It still has that slightly upturned mouth like that. Like, it's still got that thing going on, but it's not as drastic as the Compressiceps, whose mouth is, in my opinion, a little bit more like this, and it kind of, goes straight up. There is one huge defining factor. If you read up on the differences between Calvus and Compressiceps, it will say this weird thing. It has the Compressiceps have an indentation behind their eye. And you'll start looking behind their eye for like a little divot. They're not talking about that. They're talking about the head. They should have said the head is what they should have said. They should have said that the Compressiceps has a bulgy head where, and I'm going to show you an image of the difference side by side so you see. The best way I can explain it is a Calvus's head has a smooth, like almost like gradual, almost a little curve to it from the back of the dorsal fin to the top of the front lip, whereas a Compressiceps has a very drastic dip in it. That is a uniquely Compressiceps trait, and they don't start developing that until they get older in life.
Oh, that's what it is.
Now, the females of the Compressiceps will have less of that indentation, and the males of the Calvus might have a little bit more drastic, making them look similar. But it will be more drastic on the Compressiceps. The Compressiceps body is one of the things that's opposite than the Calvus. The Compressiceps body seems to be more oval, thick, like an egg, almost like an egg shape, than it is long, like the Calvus. Calvus has a long oval. The Compressiceps has a tighter, taller oval. Compressiceps compressed. Their body looks more compressed. You can't really judge by color. Like you will hear people say, "Oh, well, that's a gold this," or and in the Calvuses they're yellow that and this that. You can't really tell because I have a black Compressiceps that's yellow, but when I bought it he was jet black, but in my tank he's straight yellow. Now, since I've moved him over to this newer tank, he has gotten less yellow, but colors, you can't really go by the colors, so you're gonna have to really trust your source as to which color of Calvus or Compressiceps you're getting. You will get a lot of heat, a lot of heat, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of heat when I show these images of my fish tank with my Calvus and Compressiceps in there. And I don't, whatever, man. You ain't the boss of me. Whoever it is that's complaining, put it in the comments and I'll ignore it like every other crap crappy comment. I really don't get that many crappy comments. I actually have very good comments. I hear some of the other creators talk about all the terrible comments they get, and I've been lucky enough not to get as many, which is a shame because I really like the banter of going back and forth with people who comment with me. So if you want me to have an ongoing relationship with you, one that lasts the test of time, go ahead, leave a nasty comment and we can go back and forth until the rapture. But people get real saucy when you mix Calvus and Compressiceps in the same tank. They get real saucy if you have two different Calvuses or two different Compressiceps of different colors in the same tank. They are very, very much purists, people who are serious about their Calvus and Compressiceps, and they don't believe that these should be mixed. Here's my thing. Because they are so hard to tell the difference between one or another, mixing them will make it harder because you can have a Calvus with Compressiceps traits and Compressiceps with Calvus traits, making it harder for people to know what they're getting. I get it. I do. I really do get it. Same goes for the coloration, being that the coloration is very, a black Calvus could be actually white and a white Calvus could actually be black at different times depending on their mood or personality. Mixing them even makes that even more of a tangled web that we weave when first we practice to interbreed. I came up with it like that. If you're new to Calvus and Compressiceps, you cannot pick one or the other to love and cherish. So you end up getting multiples, to which I say, hey, it's your tank. Do you, boo-boo, do you? I do me. This is turning a very risque sounding video, but separating them makes sense. I agree with that. But for those of you who want to get real nasty with other people because they don't have them separated, come on, man. Ease up. Lighten up.
Big dummy! Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.